Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. And in this video, we're going to talk about discipline or regret. Okay, it's a topic that has been very relevant to me and my life, and I think it can be very relevant to you and your life as well. Especially if you click this video, most likely discipline and regret are two big topics that you have been struggling with for a while now, all right? And discipline is a thing that can bring you a lot of joy, but it can also kind of get you stuck. All right, so what am I talking about? Growing up, I was a very disciplined student. I worked really hard. I wanted to get good grades. I was a perfectionist. Okay, I was super disciplined because I was a perfectionist, and I knew that I needed to work hard to get the grades that I set out for myself. I wanted things to be perfect, so in order for them to be perfect, I needed to work very hard and in a disciplined manner. Otherwise, it was impossible to get nearly perfect grades. Now, the reason why I wanted to get perfect grades is because I felt worth less if I didn't get perfect grades. I felt like I was a failure. So the discipline allowed me to get really good grades, but it also made me feel very stuck in these routines until I got really freaking tired of it. Okay, and then I went the completely opposite direction, where I was extremely undisciplined and spontaneous and impulsive and unstructured, and that leads to a whole bunch of other problems because there is no structure in your life. You feel lost, you feel confused. It's not good. Okay, and I felt really lost and really confused because of a lack of discipline. So I have this interesting relationship with discipline because, you know, it's about finding the balance. It's really about finding the balance, because you can get yourself stuck in discipline easily, and then you miss out on a lot of other things in life that require flexibility, that require spontaneity, that require impulsiveness. So balancing the two was a lifetime process for me, and it still is, right? So why do I say discipline or regret? Well, sometimes you know you gotta do something and you don't want to do it. And then when you don't do it and the opportunity passes away, you regret it afterwards. Okay, let me give you an example. You're walking down the street, there's a beautiful woman crossing the street, and you want to go talk to her. And it requires a little bit of discipline to push yourself and to say hi, right? But then she passes by and you chicken out and she's gone and you regret it. Okay, a little bit of discipline, a little bit of extra push could have saved you that regret, because then you would have gone talk to her and perhaps she was super nice and you hang out, or perhaps she wasn't that nice and then you know that she was not the right fit, and that's a great feeling because you tried. Okay, you did your best. You showed the discipline and you don't suffer the regret. Another example, you're trying to lose weight or you want to become a little bit leaner, and there is a very tasty meal that you know you shouldn't eat. Okay, you feel like you want to get takeout food, burgers. Okay, in that moment it feels really good and tasty to eat the burgers, but after that you feel the regret of not disciplining yourself. Okay, you feel the regret of letting yourself go. Another example, you are working on a project and you know that you should put in some time to be productive. Okay, you want to become successful at something, and it requires time and practice and patience and discipline, right? But you procrastinate and you do something else and you waste some time on social media, and then before you know it, the day passes and you haven't done anything on your project. You haven't worked a single minute on your project, and you feel regret. You feel worthless. You feel bad because you didn't do anything and you knew you could have done better, right? So that is what the regret feels like when you don't discipline yourself. And I can speak from personal experience. I've gone through phases where I was extremely lazy, and it was also partly due to fear, but also because I simply felt like I don't want to push myself. I really don't, and I deserve to be lazy. I deserve to eat unhealthy food. I deserve to not take action. But that is digging yourself into a ditch. You will feel worse and worse and worse about yourself because you know that you could do better, and I dealt with that for many years in my life. I knew I could do better, but I felt unable to do so, and that was a vicious negative cycle, and I got more and more sucked into this dark negative void of hitting myself over that, and you're such a lazy piece of shit and you don't do anything. But on the other hand, I kind of derived some kind of pleasure from hitting myself on the head. So that's another part that I could speak about in a future video. The ways we are secretly engaging in some kind of masochism. It feels good to hit ourselves over the head and to punish ourselves for not doing what we know we should do, because it removes the responsibility, okay? It makes it easy. We can play the victim. Oh, I can't do it because X. Well, then you're a victim, and then you avoid taking responsibility, so that makes it easier. But on the long run, it makes it harder, because you suffer all sorts of negative states and sadness and depression, and so it's not a good approach. It's not a long-term approach, and I had to learn that the hard way. So now the scale can tip into the other direction too, where you're too disciplined, too rigid, you're working too much, you're working out too much, you're too rigid with your food. I went through that phase many times, okay? And then you say no to so many things. People invite you to go out for dinner, you say no because you want to work on getting lean. You work so much that you don't have time to spend with your loved ones, okay? You're constantly at home on your computer or on your phone, being productive, trying to work because you feel guilty if you wouldn't, okay? That is the opposite of what you want, because after a while you will totally regret spending all this time being disciplined or chasing your goals ruthlessly like that, okay? Because you sacrifice so many things. And yes, in certain times in your life it's important to sacrifice in order to make big gains. Totally agree. But isn't there a way for you to remove all the redundancies and to streamline and optimize your workflow just a little bit, so you perhaps have 1 or 2 extra hours each day to hang out with your family, with your friends, to do stuff that you enjoy, okay? Because I'm gonna be really honest with you, in 10 years from now, you will really regret all the times you said no to possibilities to connect with people because you were too busy working or too busy making money or too busy focusing on getting that extra gram of fat off of your body. It's not worth it. And I find myself in this state right now. I realize I made so many sacrifices in order to chase phantoms, which are not important, okay? It's not important whether you're super lean or muscular or not. It's not important whether you're extremely productive and having like 10 millions in the bank or 100 millions in the bank. It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is the time you spend with the people you love, doing the things that you truly enjoy, that brings you meaning, purpose. And yes, of course, working, being productive, being disciplined can give you a sense of purpose and meaning. That's a good thing, okay? But find the balance, okay? Find the balance between discipline and too much discipline, because they both will lead to regret. A lack of discipline will lead to regret, but an overshooting of discipline will also lead to regret. Because what I came to believe is that this extreme discipline is just a form of fear. You fear letting go. You fear being spontaneous. You fear losing control. Extreme discipline is a way to install extreme control in your life. And that is something that you do out of fear. That is something that I did out of fear for many years, and that I still do out of fear. And I want to free myself of this fear. And the only way to do that is to loosen up the discipline and to apply it to specific situations. Discipline is a good thing if you apply it the right way, but if you let it overtake your life, then it can backfire on you and you will regret it. You will regret it. And of course, it's a lesson, okay? I don't regret being so disciplined in my life because it brought me to where I am today, okay? But I will no longer let the mistakes I made in the past rule today's life, okay? So I want to extract whatever experiences I had due to this extreme discipline or extreme lack of discipline and use that information to now find the balance between being productive and doing the things that are important, and also letting myself go and enjoying my life in a way. Okay, so become aware of where you need some extra discipline in your life and where you probably might benefit from letting go of too much discipline, because time is a valuable resource, and if you spend it being overly disciplined and saying no to so many opportunities to connect with people that you care about, that might backfire on you, because you will never get those years back. All right, a friend growing up, a child growing up, a grandparent growing old, your parents growing old, at some point they're gonna die, at some point they're going to be at a different stage in their life, and you might have missed out on that because you were trying to be so disciplined that you didn't pay attention to what was happening around you. And that is something that I'm guilty of as well. I abused discipline to escape my fear of engaging with life, of overcoming this need for excessive control. Discipline is a tool to gain control. And when you feel completely out of control, you might want to install a little bit more discipline in your life. But when you feel stuck, you might loosen up on discipline a little bit and understand it's okay. Okay, the money you can make that later, okay, but the time you can get it back. So I hope it was helpful, guys. If you have any ideas on discipline and regret, feel free to share them down below in the comments. If you like this video, please click that like button for me. This helps to expose the video to more people who might want to learn more about this topic. And if you would like to see more content like this in the future, please click that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.